Welcome to Morehead Today. Today's guest, the Richard Wilson. And musical guest, Kevin Greer.
Because I'm sitting on top.
Shot on the campus of Morehead State University, out of Studio A in Breckenridge Hall. Here's your host, Nate Merritt.
Hello and welcome to my last show here at Morehead Today. And what a great show it's going to be. We have two fantastic guests on the show that you're going to stick around and you're going to watch and you're going to listen and you're going to love it, I promise. First guest on the show today is the owner of a new toy store here in town. Is the Richard Wilson's Cool Stuff. The Richard Wilson is here himself today. We also have a segment on his toy store, and he's going to give you a little insight about what you can find in that shop. Also, musical guest today. He is the #1 most requested musical artist that I've had since I've been here in the past 2 semesters, Kevin Greer. He's amazing. You've heard him before. You're going to hear him again today, and you're going to leave with your head nodding, I promise. So you can stick around. Once again, pop out that recliner, kick back, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the show. Today is my last Morehead Today. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Morehead State University has several regional campuses across Kentucky, as well as a huge selection of classes offered on the web through their secure online services. MoreheadState.edu also offers several books to read, as well as an online card catalog through its campus library. MSU also provides students with their very own email address. Be sure to check out our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube links for more information. MoreheadState.edu.
Welcome back to the show. I'd like to welcome today's first guest. He's the owner of The Richard's Cool Stuff here in town. It's just opened up on Main Street. Please welcome The Richard Wilson. Richard, appreciate you for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. It's an honor. So you're originally from here at Morehead, went to high school here and everything, and joined the military, went out west. How far out west did you go?
I moved to Hawaii.
Yeah, excellent. Everybody's dream, right?
That's right. That's right. My dream at that time was to leave Kentucky. I felt out of place. I felt there's got to be a better place for me out there. I wanted to be in movies. I wanted to get stuff done, and it just wasn't here.
Right.
So I joined the Army to go to Hawaii.
Nice. And your adventure led you to Hawaii, and there you started to, you got into radio a little bit there.
That's right. That's right. I started working for a radio station over there and loved it. I loved the feeling, you know, being in entertainment and everything.
Right.
So much that I started my own magazine on the art and club and movie scene in Hawaii.
Okay. So what was the magazine like? I mean, did you had it published? I guess did you sell it at stands, or was it online? Or?
It was a very underground. It was called Nymphs and Satyrs magazine, and it dealt with the darker side of entertainment in Hawaii. It's something that you would never knew existed. But there were really intense artists and musicians, and we did that for I think about 20 issues.
Excellent. That sounds really fantastic. Now, did you actually get to go out yourself and interview people and that sort of thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Was you the sole writer of the?
No, at one point at our peak we had 33 volunteers working for it. Yeah, and the very first person I interviewed was Gwen Stefani. So,
no kidding.
Yep.
How was that?
Oh man, it was a rush. She was just becoming famous, and it was great. And also at that time I interviewed 311 because they were performing together. So.
That's crazy because our musical guest today, he's like 311's hugest fan of all time. They're a big influence on him, so that's crazy that you mentioned that.
That's awesome.
Now you got into writing this magazine and you found that you loved entertainment, and then where did your career take you next?
Well, we did, my company is Gemini's Closet Studios, and we started getting into promoting bands and concerts and everything. The very first band that I brought to Hawaii was my favorite band of all time, Concrete Blonde, when they reunited out of LA, and that was heaven. You know,
yeah, I would say this sounds like a dream come true, really. I mean, this is just, you wanted to go to Hawaii to get out of Kentucky and start doing the things you love, and it sounds like you did just that.
And that was just the beginning. I mean, it's amazing. We did all kinds of events and everything, and there was a time in around 1999 when I was doing world music events that would have percussionists and belly dancers and all kinds of things, sword swallowers and everything. And then that was kind of the peak of that, and I decided to change it up, and I moved to England to go to school, film school.
Full of surprises. Film school in England. So what was the prompt to go to film school in England versus somewhere in America?
Well, I wanted to try another country. I was always fascinated, and I'm so glad I did because England, the style, the fashion, the history, the energy about it, everything was just so inspiring, just unbelievable. And so when I was there for a year and traveled the world, went all over Malaysia and other places, and really focused on, now I want to move into making movies and writing scripts and everything. So ended up coming back to Hawaii, stayed there for another few years. I wrote a couple features, and I also, on the side, I designed board games and card games.
Cool.
And I always intertwine everything that I'm working. So the first big game that I made was actually the inspiration for the first feature script called Fear of Ghosts that I wrote. Mm-hmm. And
now, did you get to get your scripts out there to anybody, any executive producers or anybody that got to read them or get close to making any? Did you make any?
I started developing a production company, and we got so far in it, and then it kind of imploded. You know, dealing with volunteers and stuff.
I know exactly that feeling. It happens here a lot. I know a couple crew members over here that could probably tell you the same thing.
So what I did when I met my soon-to-be wife, Arcee, and we were expecting our first child, we decided we wanted to have our firstborn in Hollywood. So we moved to LA, and Sage was born in San Fernando Valley. And
so cool.
And just being around there, that was around the time that I got injured at work, and I kept developing my games, and I kept writing and everything, and actually it gave me an opportunity to spend the first several months with my baby, and most guys don't get that opportunity.
Right.
But also in the process, I became aware of the Scriptwriters Network in Hollywood, and I went in there and talked to them, and because of my energy and what they do, they're a nonprofit organization helping writers. I got pulled in as publicity director for.
Wow, you must be a pretty good writer then.
It worked out. It was synchronicity. It was fantastic, and then I started doing my own events. I created this annual event called Writing for the World of Horror, and it's every October, November. And my first guests, we had 4 fantastic people: Brian Usna, who did Reanimator, Steven Susko from The Grudge, Jeffrey Reddick, who created Final Destination, who is from Kentucky, by the way, and Peter Briggs, the writer of Hellboy. So for our first event,
I don't know if you can tell, each person that you name, my jaw is just opening bigger and bigger. That's crazy.
What a way to start! And I mean, now that I live here in Kentucky, I actually fly back once a year to do that event.
Excellent.
At Universal Studios.
Yeah, that's just an amazing story. Now, how did you get to, into your toy business?
Okay, well, in LA, after my injury and when our second boy, Cole, was born, we realized that they were both autistic. And with my disability, we just decided, let's take a break and let's go back to Kentucky where I was raised, be around my mom and family. And so we were here for about a year, and I decided to rent this cabin thinking that it was going to be my creative studio. And it turned into a small toy store with lots and lots of stuff. And so I ended up finding people to volunteer and help put it together. And we were open for 2 days when we realized we need a much bigger place.
Right, because we were there on opening weekend.
That's right. And so we found a place on Main Street that's 5 times the size. And I think everybody's going to be very, 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 very happy with it.
Richard, we wish you all the success in the world there at the toy store, and we certainly hope to hear more from you in the future. I know I do. As a filmmaker and an actor myself, I hope to collaborate with you on something. And we appreciate you very much for being here once again today.
Thank you very much.
You guys stay tuned. We're going to hear from Kevin Greer, and he's going to do a song for us. So we'll be right back. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I still play with toys. And wouldn't you if you were in a place like this? There's some Marvel toys here, and this is just a little bit of what you're going to find at the Richards Cool Stuff where we're at right now. Let's go check it around and see what we can find. Here's Josh Terry. You might remember him from the show. He was on a few weeks back promoting his Killer Pants movie.
Right.
What brings you here today?
Well, I had to come down here and check this out. You know, once I heard there was a new collectible shop coming open, I'm all about that, right? And so I heard there was some horror memorabilia, so I had to come check it out, of course.
What horror memorabilia? Oh, very cool. A gremlin from Gremlins, of course, right up your alley, right?
Oh yeah, big fan.
All right, found another customer here at the Richards Cool Stuff. Actually, a good friend of mine, Alex.
Howdy.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
So what brings you here to the Richards Cool Stuff today?
Well, I heard about it actually from you and thought I'd come and drop by and walked in the door and pretty much instantly saw that this is the worst thing that could happen to me during this financial crisis.
I totally agree, yes.
Broke college student and now gonna be more broke.
Some pretty cool stuff here. I noticed you're looking at, I guess the statue was made locally, Pyramid Head by
Chris Dixon down at Back Alley Tattoos.
Right.
Got some awesome Star Wars mugs in here. Predator, RoboCop.
So you'd say there's a little something for everybody here, right?
Oh, most definitely.
Absolutely. Here with Richard Wilson, the owner of the Richards Cool Stuff. So Richard, what made you want to start this place with all these toys? Were you a collector?
I did collect. I have a lot of Star Wars. I've designed board games and card games and stuff, and I've always wanted to have a place where you could just come and experience anything from your childhood, anything.
Well, I think you've caught that pretty well here. Definitely for me. What's one of your favorite pieces here?
Actually, I'd have to say this Jabba the Hutt right over there. And then, of course, we have Frankenstein and, I mean, what place around has a motorcycle hanging from the ceiling?
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why you need to come here to the Richards Cool Stuff. Bring your kids. It's a family place. Actually, you're getting ready to move to Main Street, correct? And
That's right, yeah.
You're going to open your doors
On December 1st, as a matter of fact, for the Main Street block party.
because you did so well this opening weekend that you had to expand already.
That's
Exactly.
right, that's right. I mean, we've got several storage lockers of inventory. We have just anything, Magic cards, Dungeons and Dragons, just sports stuff. I've got a signed Richard Petty tire. We've got all kinds of stuff, and we need a space. And this cabin is great, but the new location is about 5 times the size. So we're gonna have tables set up so people can play games while they're there. They can chill. I've got a projector. We'll be playing movies and stuff. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, sounds great. Well, Richard, we appreciate you letting us stop by today and check this out.
All right.
And we hope to hear more from you in the future.
All right,
And
thanks for coming.
we certainly will. All right.
Hi, my name is Stevie Vaughn and I am a Convergent Media major. The best thing about this newly created major is that I have the ability to pick up new skills in every field of communications, so that I'll be prepared once I graduate. I really enjoy the hands-on experience in classes, and I'm always challenged to find more effective ways to communicate. Morehead State University provides me with the tools to succeed and pursue my goals. My name is Stevie Vaughn, and I'm ready to take on the world.
All right, welcome back to the show. Standing here with Kevin. What's the first song you have to do for us here?
It is a song called Remember.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kevin Greer. All right, and welcome back to Morehead Today. I'd like to welcome our musical guest onto the show. He is a theater major here at MSU, and he just got out of the play Dangerous Liaisons. Please welcome to the show, Kevin Greer. Yeah, thank you so much for being here once again.
How's it going?
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, you were on the show. You were my first musical act on the first show I ever did here at Morehead Today, and now you're on my last show. And I got to say, it's an honor. You brought the most ratings as the artist. You have been the artist that people has come up to me and say, when you want to have him back, please have him back on the show again.
Well, that's cool.
The most requested artist, I guess you could say. But you look like a whole new man.
Yeah, I've made a few changes. I've stuck with it. Have a really good trainer that puts me through things.
Yes.
You might know him, but
He's talking about me. I do know him.
but yeah,
you
I
look
feel
great.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So how was the play? You just got out of it. Ran for about 6 days.
Yep, it was a fantastic experience. I always have a lot of fun in the theater productions that we put on here, and it being the role that I got, Vicomte, was just amazing. Each night it was something different, and
yeah, it was very. You had a lot of lines. It was very word heavy for you, and
yep.
that had to take a lot out of you trying to memorize that entire play.
Absolutely. I want to give credit to the rest of the cast and to Greg as well, for Greg Carlisle, the director, for all their hard work. I mean, we did a four-week rehearsal process, which is not a lot of rehearsal time.
And you killed it. It was a great play. Everybody did really, really well.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So you're about to graduate this at the end of the next semester in spring,
May.
and you're going to focus on your music a lot, right?
Yeah, I want to take at least some time to devote to going after some of my music stuff, and just I don't want to pass up the chance to do that and to give that a try, because I'll definitely regret that, having.
Yeah, I totally agree. You should definitely chase your dreams while you still have a little bit of youth to you. You sound amazing. I mean, I think you have amazing talent. I think you got a lot of potential to make it in the music world.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, some of the songs that I've heard from this guy, it'll have you. He'll leave you lyrics in your head for days. I mean, it's so good.
Thank you very much.
Talented.
That's the goal.
That's right. There you go. Well, I'm going to say that we've about out of time here for you right now on the couch,
right.
But you guys stay tuned. We're going to hear another song or two from Kevin here in just a minute. So, Kev, appreciate you being on the show once again.
Sounds good. Thank you
good
very
luck
much.
with everything.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we're back here again with Kevin Greer. What are you playing for us this time?
A song called Right Now.
All right, well, take it away. It's all yours.
What I said was I needed a little bit of space to erase a few memories, and I need time to unwind. Primarily it's you, not me this time. Stop crying, there's a whole new world out there, and I know it's not fair, but you better beware. Better lose that glare, take away that stare, or you'll never find a way to a paradise like this. I used to kiss you under starlit skies, but the ocean we were swimming in eventually dried. Now I'm walking in the desert and my skin's fried. Swallow that pride and take up that stride. You gotta separate yourself from the fog you were stuck in. I got these people telling me I'm out of luck, but now I'm back on a feeling that I used to know, and I know I gotta grow, yeah. Separate these things before they have a hold on you. You're so blinded by the future, you forget your life right now. Right now, right now, right now. Did you forget about it, I really doubt it. But now your brain is clouded with the way things were. You're out of options, and regret is a word I can't stand. Don't you know that you can land on your own 2 feet again? Take a spin with yourself. What is it that you see when you looking in the mirror so intensively? You deserve so much more, don't you agree? You gotta stand for what you believe in, but you're grieving for losing, and you should be cruising on your own road of life right now. You got every opportunity to reach right out and grab it, break the habit that you're holding. Allow the time it takes, the healing process you deserve. The bitterness you will need to be kicked to the curb. You're gonna strike a nerve, you can turn it around, but right now you should listen to the sound. Separate these things before they have a hold on you. You're so blinded by the future, you forget your life right now, right now, right now, right now. What can I say? We've got to separate right now. What can I say? We've got to separate right now. What can I say? We've got to separate right now. What can I say? We've got to separate right now.
Hello, I'm Eric Thomas, Director of the Star Theater here at Morehead State University, and I'd like to invite you to come out and join us for some of the great programs we offer in the Star Theater. Our programs are both educational, with planetarium programs, and entertaining with laser shows that feature artists such as Elton John all the way out to Metallica. So come join us at the Star Theater, located in the Space Science Center here on the campus of Morehead State University. And if you've got questions, go online to moreheadstate.edu/startheater.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to bring this show to a wrap. It's also going to bring me as your host to a wrap. This is my last show at Morehead Today, and I'd like to thank all the guests for being here. Thank you to thee, Richard. Thank you to Kevin for being here. It's been a fantastic show. It's been a fantastic adventure for me. This is my 22nd show, and just to thank everybody, I want to thank the department for allowing me to do this, and thank Tim Creekmore, and I want to thank all my crew for putting up with me the last 2 semesters. I've had a fantastic time. And as always, thank you, the viewer, for stopping by and watching and supporting MSU TV. And we just hope that next semester, David Ray Gillum's going to take over. We hope that you support him just as much as you did me, even more. Just spread the word, share the shows on Facebook and Twitter, Google+, whatever. Just get the word out about the show and support it as much as possible. And this has been an absolute blast for me, and I can't say how much I appreciate all the support that I've had. And now, for one last time, as we go through the credits, this is Kevin Greer, and I guarantee you're going to be having your head nodding to the beat of a good song. That is Morehead Today.
I got a complex direction, magnetic affection, and my connection to my collection of flows is up for objection. Like an infection in your bloodstream, I aim to kill. You should probably take a seat, man, before you take a spill. Like a pill and make your body numb, make you have a realization that your reputation's gone. You should have a visitation in the funeral, but there ain't no reincarnation. I'm a space station floating in the sky, man, I got a destination. Want some verification, maybe an explanation? Well, here's your education on the fact of the matter. There ain't nobody bad at spitting flows out the speaker. You'll get a sneaker to your your face if you try to take my place. You know I'm a capital and you just a lowercase. I tell you about my knowledge base. I went to college to fill space, and in case you didn't notice, I'm on the paper chase, and I'm like an addiction to a fiction novel. Superb diction is solid. The friction I'm causing is hazardous to your health, but here's the wealth in the pursuit of happiness. And here's a salute, man, to my little brother, stomping in his boots with the troops like no other. I'm a recruit trying to figure out the square root of life. My words sliced like a steak knife with the jagged edge. I'll take my shot like a pitching wedge, aiming for the cup. Man, I'll switch it up for you. I'm giving you something you'll never believe, and you'll have to rewind the track. Bullets are coming straight out of my mouth, and it would be good to play it back, but I'll take it slower. I'm growing up and getting better. My ears are open if your conversation's about the cheddar. The credit's coming to you if you help me out along the way, and I'll sing a song about you someday. I'm from the home of the blue and white. We fight to win. We live one life. There's no repeating. I'll give you a greeting like somebody special in a VIP meeting. I'm competing for the #1 spot. Is that all?